Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the VDM, and I am back. It's been a long time. It's been over a month since I posted the last video on, which is Mythic N'Zoth. It's been even longer since I posted a video on making gold. Now, there is a reason for this. I haven't taken a full break from the game. While I haven't been doing much current content stuff or even dungeon farming, I have been trying out a new way to make gold, and that's what I'm here to share with you guys today. By far, it is the best way to make gold in the game right now. Um, unless you have a ton of gold and you're just monopolizing the auction houses, this is gonna be the best way to make gold. In this case, my first month doing this, I was able to gold cap. Now, obviously, that brings up some worries. Like it sounds too good to be true, but it's not. It's actually doable. It's doable by anyone. You don't have to be good at the game, which is probably one of the best parts about it. Like, it's not doing mythic carries for N'Zoth or crazy PvP boosts, stuff like that. It's anyone in the game is able to do this. So, real quick, along or about 4 or 5 months ago, I was doing transmog farms. Not so much raw gold farm, but really just transmog farms, farming out old dungeons, open world farms that require 5 people or so, and doing those, getting tons of auctions and post them up on the auction house every day and making gold off that. And that's how I got my first Longboi. I was able to get my first 5 million gold, and it took me about 3.5 months or so for me to get that much gold to get my Longboi, which overall it's not that bad. It wasn't that bad for time wise, and I was able to get it done fairly quick. Now the issue with that is I was playing quite often and was doing a lot in game. It was very taxing, and a lot of people aren't able to do all these runs and farm the same dungeon over and over again, or stay in the exact same spot and farm open world mobs for hours and hours on end. So, I mean, it got to me too after about 3.5, 4 months of it. I mean, I got a little bit tired of it. I was able to get a long way, 5 million gold, and 3.5 months, but I wanted to find something better. I wanted to find something that, whether it was not as repetitive or was a lot more, it was a lot easier to make gold from it. Now, like, there's always been the option of doing carries, and even during or right before I started doing transmog farms, I did Mythic Plus carries, and it was decent. We'd get around 150 to 200K dungeon. It's pretty quick, easy. The issue would be finding the people to do the runs who are willing to pay. But there's always people who are willing to put up the gold for these plus 15 carries. And we did make probably a couple million off it in the couple months that we did that. But it took a lot of time, especially if we didn't have anyone who was looking to buy the runs. We'd be sitting in trade chat doing absolutely nothing for, well, it'd be for hours and hoping for that one run that we would get. So after that, I went into transmog farms. You guys saw I made posted videos on it. I think one of my best weeks, I was able to get 800,000 gold in a week. Now, I still am selling the auctions. Don't get me wrong. From all those transmog farms, I farmed up thousands of items, and I'm still posting them on the auction house today. Although I'm not doing it every day, I'm doing it every 48 hours now. I mean, it's a lot of auctions. It's 2,000 auctions every 2 days. But I still am posting. I make about 50,000 to 100,000 gold every other day. So I'm still making quite a bit of gold from all these items that I'd farmed up from a few months ago. So don't get me wrong, those few months of farming has probably brought in maybe 6 or 7 million gold in total, which, I mean, it's a good amount of gold if you enjoy doing that. Definitely, it's a good way to make gold. It just takes up a lot of time posting the auctions, waiting for them to sell, doing the actual farms. But if you're into that, then by all means, definitely go and do that. But what I'm here to talk about today is something that completely blew the transmog farms and raw gold farms. It just destroyed them. It was complete. It was way, way, way more gold, and it didn't take even remotely as long. So over the last month and a bit, probably last 6 to 7 weeks or so, I have been working with a community known as Starlight Boostins. You may have heard of them. They're an NA Boostin community. and it's all gold only. It's all within TOS. I know a lot of people who aren't familiar with these get a little bit worried, and by all means, there are a lot of bad companies out there that do break TOS, whether it's through RMT or whatever their methods are. But this company, it's all gold only. It's 100% safe. Everything is done in game. Um, and I believe we do. There is even a WoW GM in the Discord as well for Starlight. So we make sure everything's all safe. There's a bunch of rules. There's a bunch of like it. You got to go through like training in order to become an advertiser for them. But that's really what I'm here to talk about today. Because in the first month that I was with them, I was able to make over 10 million gold, which is an outrageous amount. Now, you don't have to be good at the game in order to make this much gold. So, while there is a huge part of the community that is the actual boosters who are doing mythic carries, PvP carries, mythic plus, mount carries, any of that kind of stuff. Um, well, there is obviously a ton of people that do that, make a lot of gold. I mean, I've done it as well. I've made probably 1.5 million, 2 million gold in the month that I was doing it through doing the carries. But even then, I didn't do them that much. That wasn't where most of the gold came in. Since it is such a huge community, most of the gold was actually made through advertising. It wasn't actually doing the runs, it was just selling the runs on trade chat, which anyone in the game can do with a macro. All you got to do is sit in trade chat and just throw up a macro every few minutes. And that's all it is. There are tons of people in the game who are sitting on outrageous amount of gold, or they don't care about buying 1 million WoW tokens to get stuff that they can't normally do in game. I mean, Mythic N'Zoth, for instance, unless you're like a top tier raider with a really good guild, you're never going to be able to get that down. And if you collect achievements like Cut an Edge or even the mount itself, if you're a mount collector and you want that mount, you're not going to be able to get it done unless you are in a really good guild. So communities like this are ones that come up and say like, "Hey, we can help you get that done for some gold." You take guilds like, well, I mean, Method's not really anymore, but guilds like Method Limit, they borrow hundreds of millions of gold in order to fund their BOEs for their world first race. That gold doesn't just come out of the air. It comes from communities like this that have made tons, like hundreds of millions of gold. And then they front the gold so that they can get those world first races done. Sitting in trade chat. Personally, I do it on two accounts, and you can even do it on one account. If you just have your one account, by all means, you can still make a ton of gold from doing that. Um, the benefit of advertising a community like this is that not only like do you have tons of options for boosters for like different keys, rates, times, like you have options for everything. But also you can do it on almost well, you can do it on every single realm in the game, whether it's a low pop realm, high pop realm, RP realm, PvE realm, PvP realm. But you can do it on any realm that you want in the game, and you can try and sell stuff. I mean, a lot of the gold I've made have been on those low pop realms that don't have any high end guilds, and they need. I mean, people want those runs for the mounts or achievements. So over the last month or so, I've made it's been around 10 million gold. I think it's closer to like 11 or 12 million in total since I've been with them. And it's not like I've been doing this for a while. This was my first month in here, and I wasn't even one of the top people by the end of the month. There was someone else who made double the amount of gold I did just from selling stuff, not actually doing the boosts. While there is a lot of gold to be made doing the boosts, I mean, if you're a PvP person, you have the ability to boost people to Gladiator. I mean, I mean, they make a ton of gold from doing those boosts. But even if you don't have the skill in game and you just want to sit back, relax, watch some Netflix, I mean, maybe play an alt or something and just click a macro every few minutes, this is by far the best way in the game to make gold. I mean, there's not much more else to say about it. It's super easy, and the gold you make is insane. For example, right now, if Mythic Plus are sold for 100K, which is extremely cheap, but that's just because it's at the end of the season. From a 100K sale, I make about 20K off it, and all I have to do is just find someone who's interested in buying it. And there's like there it might not seem like there's a lot of people who buy stuff, but I didn't think there was a lot of people who bought stuff like this until I actually joined the community, and the amount of gold that goes in and out is insane. There are constant buyers on every single realm in the game, Horde or Alliance, and it's insane. The amount of gold you can make off this it's insane. In the last month, I was able to buy my second Longboi as well as two Mythic N'Zoth mounts, which are 2.5 million each, and I mean, I didn't even think I'd be able to get like I didn't even think I'd be able to get the second Brutosaur because the first one was for the girlfriend, but like now it's like I was able to get all that in a month. It's super easy. I'm gonna go over the sign up guys on how you do it. It's extremely easy. You all you got to do is join Discord, put in an application, and just just be around for one of the training sessions, and you'll be able to get it super easy. And you can start selling. I mean, there's not much to it at all. It's extremely easy. You make a ton of gold. Like I said, the 3.5 months that I did transmog farms, I made about 5 million gold. And from doing this for a month, I've already made over gold cap. And and this is at the end of the tier two. So this is when prices of everything is super, super low. Like everything is at its cheapest right now. People aren't as interested in the game right now. At the start of the expansion going into Shadowlands, when a heroic raid sells for 1 million gold versus 130k that it sells for right now, or like a mythic raid sells for 15 million, or maybe even more, people buy that. People buy those runs, and it's these big communities that are the ones that are selling it, and not even being part of the runs itself, but just finding someone who's interested. You can make millions of gold from the one sale. Just from posting a macro in chat, you can make millions of gold from one sale at the start of Shadowlands. It's insane. It's completely broken. I wish I found out about this sooner. Um, yeah, it's the most gold I've ever had in game from doing this. 100%. Besides that though, so obviously I haven't been posting as many videos. I haven't been streaming much lately. A lot of it's just, I mean, it's towards the end of the expansion. There's not really much to do in game right now. A lot of it's just making gold. I've been doing some farms. For instance, you can see in the gameplay, I've been farming the Rivendare mount or the Death Range Charger, which, I mean, with my new speed set, it takes me about 2.5 minutes to run the instance, so it's not even that bad. But I'm still waiting for that 1% mount drop or 1% drop rate mount to drop. But beyond that, I mean, it's just kind of hanging out, waiting for pre-patch on Tuesday, which I'm super excited for. And then waiting for Shadowlands as well, which has been pushed back. But I mean, there's not much else to do. It's just sit and wait. I am hoping to get maybe a couple more YouTube videos posted before Shadowlands. I'll find something to make them on, whether it's like another. Like I have still been finding other farms too for transmog stuff. Like as I'm flying around, I might go try out a new spot, something like that. But we'll see. Maybe I'll talk more about this on another video. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything at all in regards to this kind of way to make gold, feel free to DM me, leave a comment on the channel. Whatever it is, feel free to let me know, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions or concerns. But beyond that, guys, that's probably it for today. And yeah, there's definitely a lot of exciting stuff moving forward, especially for Shadowlands. There's gonna be so much stuff going on. And don't forget, guys, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. And I will keep trying to share more ways to make gold with you guys. I know I haven't been doing it as often, but like I said, I've been busy trying this new way out, and it's like I'm lost for words. I don't even know what to say. It's been unbelievable how much gold I was able to make in the last month. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave if you guys do decide to sign up, I'll leave the information in the description below. Make sure you read through that on how to sign up, where to do it. I'll leave the Discord. And then when you guys do sign up, make sure you use my name for the referral code as well. Help me out a little bit there. But beyond that, guys, have an awesome day. And until next time, bye-bye.